Well, with our short-term goal of avoiding relegation realized, we try to accrue as many points as we possibly can and try to have a strong finish to our first season in the Premier League. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 65 of my Taskmaster FC save, and as you can see, we have comfortably avoided relegation. It was a little more comfortable than what I expected, considering the number of losses we had this season. I guess I'm just not used to losing that much. But that being said, if I go and look at the league table here, we are quite comfortably mid-table on 50 points. It's quite amazing to me to think that there really is only maybe a 10-point gap between 15th and 6th. So really lots of places up for grabs here. Potentially even some European spots if we come away with a couple victories today and things go our way in other matches. If I go and take a look at our run of form heading in towards the end of the season, I did bring you back with two nasty losses, once again to Everton and another against Burnley. Just not good games for us at all. I decided to play a couple of friendlies during the break here against Bagshot and Rising Ballers Kensington. Man, two absolutely fantastic names, and we crushed them by a combined score of 19-0. After we went on a good run of form, we had some teams that I know we could compete against. We played well against Sheffield United and against West Ham. Lost a very close match to Aston Villa, but then came back with a victory against Bournemouth and a very surprise victory against Arsenal. Where I believe we only had 4 or 5 shots on goal, and nearly every single shot went in the back of the net. Just a very, very lucky performance. I believe the term, if I look in the Reddit correctly, is being FM'd, and that's exactly what happened here. They got the ball into the back of the goal 4 times, but 2 of them were disallowed. So very pleased with that victory, and very pleased with the opportunity that we have in front of us today, because we are playing Liverpool and Newcastle United. 2 games we probably won't do too terribly well in, but we're going to give it our absolute best and just see kind of where the cards fall and really focus on regrouping for next season. I haven't gotten a transfer budget. It says the minimum guaranteed is £12 million. I'm venturing to say it's probably a little more than that, since our balance is higher than it has ever been. The closest that was $5 million, and that was a couple of years ago in the championship. We're making money hand over fist. The projection looks absolutely lovely. Transfer budgets look absolutely lovely as well, that we can get some players in and hopefully get this squad pushing for another mid-table finish is probably more realistic, but maybe even a European spot if we play well. Just in terms of Sophie Willen will still not sign a contract for us, which is really unfortunate. 24 Premier League goals is amazing. XG is only 15, but man, 24 goals. We could really, really use a striker at some point. And if I go and take a look at the Premier League, Sophie Willen, 4 goals ahead of Erling Haaland. Haaland's only played, I think, half of a season. Yeah, 18 appearances, 20 goals. I mean, 31 years old, still cranking goals in the back of the net. We need an Erling Haaland on our team. But Sophie Willen would do. I'd be more than happy to sign Sophie Willen, but Sophie Willen does not want to sign. Says that our stature in the Premier League is not what it needs to be for her to be interested. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and get to the game today. And this is what has been put forth for us. I think we're going to make some changes here. Let's get Bubba in goal. Goodness. I think that the AI has generated what it thinks I want as a squad, and what I actually want are 2 very, very different things. Let's get Jamali Maddox out here. Try an outside back. Concetta Caristo. Goodness. Is Bob Mortimer not in our team? Oh, gosh. Sorry, I just hit myself in the face. Probably something you're very, very interested in learning. Guz Khan, Jack D, and then let's get Sophie Willen in here. All right. I think that looks like a decent squad. I don't know what happened last. Gosh, all these players I do not want in my first team are in my first team. Sorry about that. Goodness gracious. Anyways, here's our lineup for today. We've got Bubba in goal. Defensively, Babatunde Aleshe, Concetta Caristo, Mel Bracewell, Jamali Maddox. We've got Bob Mortimer and Paul Chowdhury in the midfield. Our wingers are Jack D and Asim Chowdhury, Guz Khan, attacking midfielder, and Sophie Willen up top. We're going to go ahead and submit that team. Everybody's happy. I'm happy. I'm happy simply because we didn't get relegated. It has been a fantastic season. I know that I've been a bit frustrated, a bit down in some of the live performances, and I think, again, it just goes back to the fact that I'm used to winning. I'm used to being successful. And when things don't go my way, it becomes very frustrating. I've seen this team play well, and you've seen this team play well. So I know that this team can do well. And when they don't, it's a little bit frustrating. But that's soccer. Some days you're going to have good days, and some days you're going to have bad days. And sometimes you just got to roll with the punches here. Liverpool not looking great in terms of their recent form, but don't let that fool you, Liverpool. I mean, any team that is a legacy, a Premier League legacy, if you will, can and will be quite dangerous here. Sophie Willen ends up on the end of that missed pass, but we missed one as well. Fortunately, Bubba ends up collecting the pass shot. Not quite sure what that was. Bubba's going to distribute long, which goes against everything that I've told Bubba to do. But if it leads to a goal, I'm not going to complain. And it does. Paul Chowdhury absolutely chips the keeper. It's 1-0 Chesham United over Liverpool. Not something you thought anybody would ever say in their entire lives, but here we are. Sophie Willen is now injured as well. How injured is Sophie Willen? I just love that. Just nice and easy. You don't have to rip the skin off the ball. You just have to pass the ball into the back of the net. That's what I try to teach the kids. Sophie Willen's injured. Yikes. Foot injury, not good, especially when you play soccer because your foot is, well, it's pretty important. Let's go ahead and get Munya Chihuahua on. We'll confirm that change. Still not expecting a victory today, but, you know, who knows? Especially with Sophie Willen injured, who scored, goodness gracious, 24 Premier League goals for us. Ooh, off the woodwork there. Good attempt by Liverpool. You know, you expect this kind of match, you expect this kind of performance from Liverpool. They're probably going to be in our zone quite a bit as this highlight drags on. But as I was saying before, just Sophie Willen been fantastic for us so far this season. We really need a striker. So I'm on the lookout. I'm on the lookout for some wonder kids from foreign lands, South America, Eastern Europe, you know, whatever I can find. Just don't give up a penalty. Yikes. Okay, how about we just don't give up a goal? Might have been offsides. I don't know. It looked awfully close. Looks like the player did pedal back a little bit, so it could have been offside. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. I knew it was going to be close, but we kept him on, that's for sure. And one player kept him on. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, there's no debating that whatsoever. That was very easily onside. So 1-1. Okay, we don't need to see it another time. It's amazing how many times they show a replay of a tight offside that wasn't one, and I really want to see one that is. So I don't make up the rules of this. Can we do something here, please? And not that. Maybe positive's not the mentality we need to be taking. I don't know. Every time I go to balanced, I feel like it just gets worse. Good job by Bubba coming out and collecting that ball. Oh, they've already got one. Gosh. I'm going to keep it. Keep it. Don't make changes for change's sake. Make changes when you feel like you need to make changes. Of course, we haven't done anything since that first goal, although the momentum looks quite nice. If we get into halftime, tied 1-1, I mean, it's better than being down. God, I'm starting to sound like John Madden again. I'm also a little bit of cold. Ooh, crosses. I can't get there fast enough. Okay, changes we need to be making. We need more possession. We really do. That was not good. Let's get Paulson on. Anything else really need to change? Not really. I think we're good there. Let's see how the second half turns out for us. First half was okay. Always like taking a lead. Always like taking a lead. But again, you're playing a very dangerous Liverpool team, so you're not quite sure exactly how that's going to turn out. Just got to take the opportunities where they come, and we've had one opportunity. We've had one goal, so cannot argue with that, which goes kind of against what we've done previously this season. Okay, goodness, that was very poor positioning from Bubba. Luckily, that goes off the post. Was not expecting a highlight immediately back from halftime. But 1-1, I mean, it's better than what I thought we would do this game. Oh, look, they got Mark Gahey. Palace. Nice. Oh, boy. All right, do I need to make any changes? I don't think I need to make any changes. I'm kind of just talking out of my butt right now because I really don't have anything else to say. It's the end of the season. We don't have a lot going on. And, yeah, it's still 1-1. Okay, let's make some changes. Jack D, not pleased. Apprehensive. You're a professional footballer. Why are you apprehensive? This is literally the one thing you do. Let's get Steve Pemberton on. Yeah, that'll work. Guz Khan. Probably make a change for Guz Khan. I'm going to wait because Guz Khan is actually having a good game. Even though Guz Khan looks a little bit tired. We'll hold off on that. And if we need to make a change in the 85th minute or so, we can. XG heavily favors Liverpool this game, but really no highlights here in the second half, which I'm not complaining. I will take a draw against Liverpool every day of the week. All right, we do need to make one more change here. Bob Mortimer looks absolutely exhausted. That is a pretty important position. Let's get Kyle Smith-Bino on. Let's see if we can finish this game out and keep that 1-1 victory. Okay, we've got the ball here. Babatunde Aleshe to Aaron Chen. Get the ball in the box. Ah, nothing on it. All right, good effort, good effort. Paul Chowdhury, Babatunde Aleshe, Kyle Smith-Bino fires and off a Liverpool defender, and they are now on the counter. This is what I always worry about when we get a highlight here. Oh, gosh. I mean, yeah. Oh, wow. I mean, how that did not end up in the back of the net is beyond me. I mean, there were no defenders around. 6 or 7 Liverpool players just on the attack. I mean, that could have been a tap-in. Fortunately, a very poor decision on Liverpool. We've got the ball here. Pemberton works the ball back to Jamali Maddox. Playing outside back today. Kind of crosses it into the middle of the field. Finds Munya Chihuahua, who heads the ball very lightly into the Liverpool keeper. Easily collects and looks to distribute. Lumps the ball down the field. Jamali Maddox intercepts, but unfortunately Liverpool regained possession, and they worked the ball very easily into the box. And I believe he was offside there. 4 minutes left in stoppage time. It's still 1-1. And if we can finish this game 1-1, I will take it, and I will. That is a lovely draw and a lovely point, despite being heavily outplayed. We managed to scrape a point today. Let's see where that puts us in the standings. Still leaves us 10th. Probably out of contention for European spots, which I wouldn't think we'd get into Europe at the first time of asking. Let's see how bad this is. Yep, that's Sophie Willen done. So we're going to find goals elsewhere in this game coming up. Yeah, I don't really do press conferences that well. It's perfectly fine. Jack D. Yeah, seems to be finally kind of fitting in, which is always good. Jack D was not fitting in terribly well, but seems to have just kind of learned and adapted. So I'm proud to see that. 21-year-old making fantastic performances on the field and progress off the field, which is good. All right, we got one more game left, and that is against Newcastle, who are right above us. So win here could propel us towards the top of the table. Again, I'm not expecting anything by any stretch of the imagination. We could finish anywhere between 7th and 15th still. 3 points separating us. Although we do have some games down here that still need to be played. I will bring you back for the Newcastle game here in just a moment and end this first season in the Premier League. How exciting. All right, no real big changes or team news for this game against Newcastle United. We've done a little bit of rotation in terms of the squad. So we got Bubba in goal defensively, Hugh Dennis Paulson, Mel Bracewell, and Jamali Maddox. At our center midfield, we have Bob Mortimer and Paul Chowdhury, Jack D, Guz Khan, Asim Chowdhury are our attacking midfielders, and Munya Chihuahua up top due to the injury to Sophie Willen. Let's go ahead and get this game started and finish out our season nice and strong. Get those teams warmed up and are ready to rock and roll. We got a game against... Oh, we're 4th in the table. That's awesome. Let's give them one last thing to cheer for. Good place. Tactical edge. Yada, yada, yada. It's fine. It's fine. We'll give them one last thing to cheer for, like I said. And hopefully get a victory today. It'd be kind of nice to end the season on a high note. Very successful first season in the Premier League. We've got lots of good players in here that we need to figure out what we're going to look at next season. I think that we've got a decent squad put together. They need to age. They need to mature. But once they get that done and get that taken... Once they get that done and get that taken care of, this is going to be a really, really good team. So we just need to make sure that we have some players that we're bringing in over the top, just like what we've always gone through and done, and we'll be in really, really good shape. Before anything, though, we need to look at the transfer market just to see what kind of players we can pick up. We need to know what our budget is to figure out what types of players we're looking at. But again, we're still going to be looking at young players to bring into the squad. Maybe a couple loans here and there. I mean, loans have obviously served us quite well so far this season. It's very difficult to differentiate the players that are on the pitch at the moment. I just know that's going to be a goal for Newcastle because that is way too easy. And we are down 1-0. Fantastic. It's the same old. We get bogged down defensively here. Look how many people are near the goal line. You got 6 people there. Nobody is on the outside of the box here protecting this area at all. Everybody's dropped down near the goal line, and that's a bit frustrating. So maybe I need to tactically look at how we go through and fix that, because that is not going to be very good for us, especially for any midfielders that are kind of coming through the back, aren't the first line of attack here. Chowdhury now in the box. Tries to get the ball. Jamali Maddox does to Paul Chowdhury. Mortimer back to Maddox. Just trying to get any sense of penetration and can't. Asim Chowdhury looks to turn, can't. Bob Mortimer's going to take a step up. Guz Khan to Jack D, back to Mortimer. We're doing a great job keeping possession, but no offensive opportunities whatsoever. Hugh Dennis now left back, gets the ball back to Mortimer. Lots of passing. Can we get a goal out of it? No, we can't even get a shot on target. And that's fired wide. Good opportunity missed. We're still down 1-0, and that drops us to 12th in the Premier League. Get a fantastic way to start. Goodness, we had a fantastic season in and of itself. I apologize. I'm very, very tired. It's been a long couple of days. Newcastle now. Oh, my gosh. I mean, this shouldn't be that difficult. Why are we checking for the penalty? We know it's going to be called. Yeah, penalty's awarded. He got dropped in the box. 2-0. Berate. Wanted to go out season in style. This is not how I wanted to go out. And again, we just a very poor performance in general. I don't know. Maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. Maybe this team isn't as good as I think it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. A mid-table Premier League season is fantastic from where we were. If this goes back out again, if this is a goal, we're done. Okay. Y'all are done. Y'all are done today. You've all checked out. You don't think we have anything left to play for. Can we just... This takes so freaking long. Yeah, it's a goal. So, you're all coming off. The whole lot of you. You're wasting my time. Oh, shoot. I mean, why? I ask a lot of dumb questions here, but this is terrible. How about do something? Do something good defensively instead of letting them just literally walk all over you today. I'm sorry, I'm just at a loss for words. It's the end of the season. I need to be positive. We're going to go into the transfer window with some cash and hopefully bring in some defensive players that won't play like garbage. Hey, there's a goal. Good job, Alice. First goal of the season. What a time to get it. 3-1. Gives a little bit of a glimmer of hope. And then maybe we can get something out of this game. It's highly unlikely being down 3-1. A very poor first half has really shot us in the foot today. And we're probably not going to look at much of a recovery. Let's berate again. Because we've just not been good today. We've already made 3 substitutions. Let's make a couple more. They've not done much this second half, thankfully. You should feel pressured. You should feel pressured when you're playing like trash. All right, let's get this done, get this over with. I mean, Newcastle kind of thumped us. That kind of puts a little damper on the season, but a good season nonetheless. You just hate to see a season-ending performance so poor. And Newcastle, probably a better team than what their record shows. It did run into a lot of money a few years ago. I mean, what is... Oh, God. Can I make another substitution? Who was that? I'm going to substitute that person off. I need to prove a point. Was it this one? Was it Babatunde? No. Okay. So you're getting substituted off. Why can't I make a substitution now? Skip. Pause. What? Ugh. You try to make an example of a player, and this is what happens. You get made an example of. Get some consolidation here. Guz Khan, fire that off the post. Close, but not quite. I'll berate again, because y'all have played terrible. We end the season on a disappointing note, but overall, a successful season. Just hate to lose like that. Sorry, I'm watching Liverpool absolutely decimate Bournemouth at the moment. Yeah, I'm far from pleased. Defenders, it's been woeful. Woeful. I need to use that more in my vocabulary. That was a woeful performance. We need to do everything good. Hardly performance for our fans. And part of the team performance, unfortunately. We just didn't have that strike partnership to get us some goals today. Unfortunate. But we finished 11th. I think that's very respectable considering the season that we had. Bournemouth, Sheffield United, West Ham, all relegated. And I believe Manchester City won the Prem. Yeah. Manchester City, Tottenham Hotspur, Arsenal, Aston Villa up there. Nice. Manchester United, look at teams that missed out. Chelsea. Not a good season for Chelsea. Newcastle with that win, bring them up to 9th. So, like I said, overall decent season. Sophie Willen does win the Golden Boot. 24 goals in a season. That's going to be pretty difficult to replace, but we're going to do the best that we can. So the next time I see you, it's going to be our review of the season and then a transfer window, and hopefully we can get some players in because we're 2001 to win the Premier League. I can't imagine our survival was much better than that, or odds for survival, rather. But let's see if we can get that bumped up a little bit, bring in some players, and hopefully have a successful, let's say just as successful, but even more successful second campaign. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you did, feel free to like, subscribe for more Taskmaster FC content. We're trying to get this Chesham United team not only to the Premier League, because we've done that, but we're trying to get them beyond and see as far as we can go. We'll see you very soon. Bye, everybody.